Ask me to marry you as a minor? I'll make sure your life is ruined. I'm 15 and this 30-year-old man asked me to marry him. This happened about a year back. The apartment we lived needed electrical repairs, so an electricity company was hired and got about 30 people to come do the job. I was home with my younger brother and our maid, who was leaving soon, but I convinced her to stay, thankfully. 2 men were ordered to fix the electricity in my room. I wasn't comfortable with being alone with 2 grown men in their 30s, especially since we live in Mozambique, so I brought my dogs into the room with me. The men were terrified of my dogs and wouldn't work near them, so I had to take them all to the backyard, but I kept the biggest dog with me just for safety. Anyway, they did their jobs. I was still a bit uncomfortable, but they were professional and there weren't many red flags besides them asking about my personal life and school. One of them was also a bit touchy and hand-holdy. Once they finished the job, I escorted them out the house and then one of them decided to ask how old I was. Since there weren't too many red flags and he was otherwise very chill, I told him I was 15. He then proceeded to ask me to come home with him and if I could marry him and be the mother of his future children. Mind you, this is a grown 30-year-old man. Obviously my reaction was a strong and firm no, but he asked why and insisted that he would come and pick me up the next day. He wasn't taking no for an answer and almost grabbed me and ran if it wasn't for him seeing my maid behind me. The coward then says goodbye to the maid and runs away as fast as possible. She comes and asks what just happened and I explain everything. She replies with "You shouldn't tell anyone about this, it will get him in trouble," and then she left to go home. Me personally? I could care less if he got in trouble. So I then called my mom about this and she was very surprised because she was on the phone with him earlier and he was a very chill dude. To my surprise, my mom is friends with the manager of the electric company that employs the guy and she told him all about what happened and asked for the dude's phone number. The dude obviously denied everything and said I was lying, but thankfully my mom believed me and not him. That same day he was put under investigations from the city's ethics committee. My godfather, who is a tall, scary and very influential man in our city, even went to the guy and told him that he is coming for him for what he tried to do. After the investigation, he was found in possession of illicit content of children and was jailed immediately after. Thankfully he's locked up now. Who knows what he could have done to me or other girls my age if he was left out there. F that guy.